How can a legendary player and humanitarian connect to an angry goat owner through a classic walk-off, cross-generational knuckleballs, and 2 perfect games? Find out next on Hall of Fame Connections. Being the GOAT used to be a bad thing. It meant you messed up until Muhammad Ali turned it into the greatest of all time. There are several players who have a legitimate claim to the title of baseball's GOAT. And while there will always be debate as to who should stand on top, there is no debate that Roberto Clemente belongs in the conversation.
Matlack on the 0-1. Bowdy hits a drive into the gap in the left center field. There she is.
My father, Roberto Clemente, had exactly 3,000 hits in his big league career. And he used this bat on exhibit at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum when he collected his final major league hit on September 30th, 1972. Clemente was a special player, a 2-time World Series champion, a Most Valuable Player award winner, a 4-time batting champ, and a perennial All-Star and Gold Glove award recipient. The Puerto Rican superstar was the first Caribbean-born Latin American player inducted into the Hall of Fame. Roberto Clemente's influence went well beyond baseball. He was a tireless humanitarian. During the off-season, he regularly delivered supplies to Latin and Caribbean countries, and in December 1972, on his way to dispatch aid to earthquake victims in Nicaragua, Clemente's plane crashed, and baseball lost one of its most extraordinary ambassadors.
His legacy lives on today. The Roberto Clemente Award is presented annually to the Major League Baseball player who best exemplifies the game of baseball, sportsmanship, community involvement, and the individual's contribution to his team. Many Hall of Famers have earned the award, including Rod Carew, Kirby Puckett, and Tony Gwynn.
The Pirates won 2 World Series in the Clemente era, first in 1960, when they defeated the Yankees, and then in 1971, over the Orioles. Clemente earned World Series MVP honors in '71, while the 1960 series featured one of the most iconic home runs in the history of the game, Bill Mazeroski's walk-off blast to win the championship.
There's the drive into deep left field. Look out now. That ball is going down. Mazeroski gets it over the left field fence for a home run, and the Pirates win it 10-9 and win the World Series.
To date, is the only walk-off home run in a World Series Game 7. Bill Mazeroski's helmet went to Cooperstown, and years later, Mazeroski himself followed when he was inducted into the Hall in 2001. Bill Mazeroski had another home run with a Hall of Fame connection, but this one came while he was in high school back in Ohio. Facing knuckleball wizard Phil Niekro, Mazeroski went yard for the sole run in a 1-0 game, which would be the only blemish on Niekro's 17-1 high school record. In the majors, Niekro recorded 318 wins and more than 3,000 strikeouts over a 24-year Hall of Fame career. The cap from his no-hitter with the Atlanta Braves is in the museum's collection. Phil's brother, Joe, also enjoyed more than 2 decades as a major league knuckleballer. The siblings played with and against each other at various points in their careers. Joe hit his only big league home run off of his brother when they were opponents in 1976, and they were Yankee teammates when Phil won his 300th game in 1985.
That's it! Holy cow, what a win ending! A strikeout gets his 300th career win. The brothers hugging, and I want to tell you, that is really an emotional moment. Phil Niekro is really something.
On his retirement, Joe Niekro taught the knuckleball to his Florida neighbor, Little League hurler Chelsea Baker. She used the pitch to great effect, throwing 2 perfect games within a 12-month stretch. The jersey she wore during her second perfect game is displayed in the Hall of Fame's Diamond Dreams exhibit. In 2014, while she was still in high school, Baker was invited to throw batting practice to Tampa Bay Rays players Evan Longoria, David Price, and Jose Molina. Joe Maddon, the Rays manager at the time, had this to say about her performance.
She really knows what she's doing out there. It's not a gimmick. She's very serious about it. And like I said, she's got a real delivery, good arm stroke, and the ball comes off properly. A's on all fronts. She did a great job.
I can personally tell you that Joe Maddon is one of the best managers in baseball. After winning 2 Manager of the Year awards with the Tampa Bay Rays, he joined the Chicago Cubs in 2015. When Maddon arrived on the north side, the Cubs hadn't won a World Series title since 1908. Their last World Series appearance had been in 1945, and that's when they were cursed.
It was the afternoon of October 6, 1945. William Sayanes, owner of the Billy Goat Tavern, decided to take his pet goat Murphy out for the day to Wrigley Field for a World Series game. He even had a ticket for the animal. Unsurprisingly, Sayanes and Murphy were asked to leave the ballpark. Accounts differ, but basically, the guy was so insulted that he declared the Cubs would never win another World Series. And he was right. For more than 7 decades, you can definitely say the Cubs were jinxed. But then, in 2016, Maddon managed the lovable losers to their first World Series title in more than a century. In Game 7, when Ben Zobrist drove in the tie-breaking run in the top of the 10th inning, he stopped at this second base bag, bringing the Cubs one step closer to breaking the curse of the Billy Goat.
This is going to be a tough play. Bryant, the Cubs win the World Series! It's over! And the Cubs have finally won it all!
The name Murphy has haunted Cubs fans more than you'd think. After being up 2-0 in the 1984 National League Championship Series, they lost all 3 games and the series at San Diego's Jack Murphy Stadium. And in 2015, the Cubs lost the NLCS to the Mets and Series MVP Daniel Murphy. But after 108 years, something's got to give, right? If you want to learn more about the people, places, and artifacts in this episode, go to baseballhall.org, where you can plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and discover your own connections to the game. Thanks for watching. For more incredible stories, check out our after show, Hall of Fame Connections Extra Innings. And don't forget to subscribe. Plagada!